Don't tell Dottie.
We all ready? You all happy
think so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nothing scary. Have a laugh. There's only going to be 3,000 people see it. Thanks for that.
I'm going to say it was fine until you made it a number.
Oh, okie dokie, off we go. Hello and welcome to our Out and About PiPsCast. Today we're spending some time with Steve, Debi and Ellie-Rose, and if you've watched our channel before you will recognise them from their own YouTube channel, Portugal Dreamzzz. So the idea of this PiPsCast is to not ask us any questions. It's getting to know these guys and what their journey to Portugal was and why. So just like to introduce yourselves, guys. Do you want to do it one at a time? Have you got a family spokesman? How do you want to do it?
Well, I'm Steve, Portugal Dreamzzz. We've been here for 6 months. We bought the house a year ago and we'd been coming just on holidays while we could do something with it, tidy it up a little bit, and while we were waiting for paperwork doing so we could come permanently, and we're now here permanently.
Brilliant. Yeah, do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I'm Debbie. Like Steve says, we came last September. We've had quite a lot of work to do to the property. It was in quite a bad state. So far, most of what we've done is just really tidying up and getting established with. We've done some raised beds. We've got some chickens and goats now, and we're just waiting for the builders to start.
Mm-hmm.
Ellie-Rose.
I'm Ellie. I don't really know what to say, really.
That's all right. We could
Tell them about your
my
makeup, if you like. Yeah.
Yeah. What have you done before you moved here?
Yeah, before I moved here, I did a bachelor's degree in media makeup with special effects and hair design. We actually officially moved over here, or started the move over here, the day after my graduation.
Wow.
So it was literally, right, you've graduated uni, let's go.
Let's go. Oh well, it wouldn't be a PiPsCast if there wasn't some dogs barking.
No.
So it's not Max this time.
It's Alfie.
Selfie
Yeah.
and Dottie.
Alfie and Dottie.
So, yeah. Do you want to introduce your little fur friends?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
We will do, yeah.
This is
So-
Dottie. She's a
This one's
Lazaraptor.
Dottie. She's a menace.
She rules the roost.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, tells us to go to bed, when to go to bed.
She's the gatekeeper, basically.
Yeah.
If Dottie says you can come in, then you're okay.
And Alfie, the old chap,
Are you going to let me lift you?
who might out.
Careful.
Oh, there we go.
Alfie's 14.
He's our old boy.
He's doing very well, aren't you?
Yeah.
This is your
Bit deaf, bit blind, bit
You know-
unsteady on his feet, but he's okay.
Great. So, where were you from in the UK? Because you're from the UK
Yeah.
Yeah.
originally.
Near
From
York.
near York.
Yeah.
Yeah, just outside York.
Yeah.
So, not that far from where we were in the northeast,
No.
given the size and
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
have you. Cool.
Yeah, we've always lived in villages,
Yeah,
so we're quite used to village life.
we moved around a lot before we came here. Before we come to Portugal, we had houses in villages, and we've sort of done them up as we've gone on.
So you're not averse to a project? It's not like
No. This is probably
The biggest we've
Good.
ever done. Yeah.
yeah,
It was the view that sold it to us.
brilliant, and it is a good one. And as you know, you will get to see the view and the house in the 2-minute tour at the end. So you've said that you've been here for sort of about 6 months.
yeah.
Did you say September?
September.
I
Yeah.
think you've made
It's
my
more,
year
it's
once
8
now.
months.
Is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, it's 8
Yeah,
months.
as soon as it's moving on. The time does
It
that,
does,
doesn't
yeah.
it? Yeah. Yeah, we've got birthdays at the end of this week, and it's just like, oh God, time moves on again, and it's another year. So onward and onward. Okay, what was it about Portugal that inspired you to come here? Was there anything in particular? Was there like a big woo eureka moment, or has it just been lots of little incremental things that have changed?
I think there was quite a big moment at one stage. We were looking at one point of Spain.
Yeah.
We've always wanted to live somewhere different from Ireland. We looked at Ireland when we were younger.
Oh, Alfie.
We also had a look at Scotland.
Ireland,
Ireland, Scotland.
Wales.
Yeah, Wales.
Yeah.
Sort of all in the UK.
Then we had a quick look online at France, didn't we?
Yeah.
Anything in particular that drew you away from those places?
Temperature.
Yeah, Scotland I can get, Wales I can get.
Yeah.
Most of the
rains a
UK.
lot.
Yeah, most of the UK, so we wanted to be somewhere a bit warmer.
And also, they did say that quite a lot of, or not quite a lot, but there are some English-speaking people here.
Yeah.
And we thought that might be easier for Ellie-Rose to integrate. So yeah, that was one factor.
Yeah.
Although in the villages, not many people do tend to speak English. Some of the younger ones do.
Yeah, it's been our experience that if you sort of give it a go and try a little bit of Portuguese, then they will slow down a little bit and try that. And if you're in the town, definitely in the city like Castelo Branco, then there's loads of places that people will speak English really, really well, isn't there?
Yeah,
Which is always really helpful.
It is, very helpful.
Yeah.
Especially with me, because I'm a bit rabbit in the headlights when people speak to me. Every time I've thought of what I'm going to say, it's gone.
Yeah.
That moment's gone. You
It is. I was a bit like that at first. I'm getting better. And they do try and help us in the shop, don't they? They've wrote some words down for us today so we can practice. We've met somebody in one of the shops in Castelo Branco. No, not Castelo Branco. Fundão. Christina. She's Portuguese, but she lived in the UK for 7 years.
Yeah.
So she said she's going to help us and teach us some online Portuguese. So that would be quite good.
Really? Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, nice. Okay, so sort of you say that you've been here for about 6 months, so this must be your permanent place of residence?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? So I'm assuming, well I know, because we've met before, that you didn't get in the pre-Brexit the way we did.
No.
You have come the other.
The D7 route.
Yeah. Would you like to tell people a little bit about that? I know it was quite a process for you. So what were the highlights? What were the lowlights?
The highlights was definitely getting the visa. It really was,
Oh, yeah.
Probably the worst thing was trying to get an appointment in the first place.
With the consulate in Manchester.
Yeah.
We spent weeks and weeks phoning practically all day long.
Okay.
Trying to get an answer. We tried to email. We tried to fill in the application online.
Yeah.
Still couldn't get an appointment.
Can you remember roughly how long that process was?
Must have been a couple of months, mustn't
it?
it?
A couple of months just trying.
And that's just for the initial appointment
Just
before
for the
you
initial
even get
appointment,
into the system to start the ball rolling.
It was really stressful. What we ended up doing was getting an immigration lawyer.
Okay.
And I know it costs money, but in the long run, I think it saves you a lot of stress, a lot of time. She got an appointment for us straight away within a couple of days. She messaged us back and said, and we'd all got an appointment together at Manchester Consulate. We were still in Portugal when she messaged and said she'd got the appointment. We said, we're on holiday. So she had to put the appointment back.
Okay.
She managed to do that for us. So I think that the lawyers get the first dibs on the appointments, and I think that's probably why you you can't get an appointment online very easily. Plus, obviously, the lawyers put all the paperwork, it's all got to be in a certain order.
Yeah.
You need this, you need that, you need the other. And they do all that for you. They write that, what is it, Steve? You have to have the reason why you want to come to Portugal.
Yeah.
They write all that for you. So it's a lot easier route.
Good.
And for us, we felt it was worth it.
So once you were actually in the system and you got the process started,
It was really quick.
yeah? What kind of timescales are you talking about?
I think it was 2 months between the appointment and us getting told. Was it?
No.
As long as that.
It was about 2 weeks to get the appointment because we delayed it. We went to the appointment with all our stuff, and 5 days later we heard from the consulate really quickly to say we'd been approved.
Brilliant. Really good. So that is speedy.
That was really
Yeah.
speedy. We weren't expecting that at all.
So what was the next step after that? Did you have to have a second appointment, or how does it work for you?
No, there's nothing else. You get your visa. You've got, was it 90 days or 60 days before that you had to come in that time?
Yeah.
But we were coming more or less straight away anyway,
Right.
so that didn't...
So they put the visa into your
Stamped it
passport,
into the
and then
passport.
you had a set amount of time in which
Yeah.
you then had to enter Portugal and start your residency.
Yeah.
Pretty
Which
simple.
we said, right, as soon as she's graduated, we're going the next day.
They also, at the same time as making as putting the visa in the passport, they also give us an appointment at SEF
Oh, yes, they did, yeah.
in Portugal.
Okay.
Luckily enough in Castelo Branco. Altogether, more or less, mine was a day before these two,
Yeah.
but that was pretty good because some people have had them in Lisbon, one area, and somebody
Yeah.
else in Porto, and
Yeah.
somebody else in Castello, you know, all in the same family, and some of them all on the same
On the
day.
same day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, how are you going to do that? Don't
Yeah.
you? So,
Well, that sounds like you've had a really positive experience.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Once you got the lawyer.
Once
Yeah.
we got a lawyer, yeah.
yeah.
Very good. Brilliant. So are you you're here and like a passive income, so you're not working for a living in Portugal,
No.
you're living on savings or pension or a combination of whatever it is.
Yeah, we've got investments, so
Yeah. No, because I think everybody comes in a different route, and depending on how long you've been here, there's different criteria for different people.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to hear what your experience was, because you came after us. So I think we were really lucky because we sort of just slipped in before the back
Yeah.
door closed.
Yeah,
literally.
we were a little bit slow because we'd sort of got it in planning, but we hadn't sort of gone anywhere else with it, you know.
Yeah.
It was sort of in our minds we were going to move to Portugal, but we hadn't sort of set off any more than the thought
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah, we were
Nothing
still
had actually
looking at
been-
things online and, you know, just finding out about things, culture, the food and
Yeah.
temperatures and what areas to look at. So we hadn't actually finalised the smaller details, really.
Oh, wow. So you're here, you've got your well, it's like a kinta really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your kinta, and you're working on your resident house where you reside and your land.
Yeah.
What are you have you got like a plan of like a first year plan, a 5-year plan? Is there anything in place? Or are you just coming out here to get rid of the rat race and
No,
see how it swings?
Bit of both.
certainly bit of getting rid of the rat race.
Yeah.
Have we got a plan? No.
Get up every morning
Well,
and see what the day brings.
I have a rough plan
Yeah.
that, you know, before winter I want to get the roofs done.
Yeah.
And we're hoping to get the pipework dug out for the bathrooms, one in our cottage and one in Ellie-Rose's cottage.
Okay.
I haven't really thought much further than that. I'm just going to be happy to be watertight this winter because we weren't last.
Yeah. And we got a lot of rain, didn't
And
we?
we got a lot of rain.
Yeah.
So anything over that's a bonus, really.
Brilliant. So, why Portugal then? What was it now that you've gone through all of that process and you've got your place? Why Portugal?
Well, man, we were looking at Spain, and then obviously you start looking at videos of things, YouTube, such like, and a couple cropped up on Portugal early on, and we sort of looked and nah, it's just Algarve, it's just same as Spain, you know. I don't really want to be in the same sort of thing, all the holiday makers and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, no, I can understand.
And then we saw one what sort of come to this area.
Yeah.
We started watching that quite a bit. And we thought, yeah.
And then we started watching more YouTubers in this area.
Yeah. And that's really what made us pick this area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Can I come to you, Ellie-Rose?
Yes.
So as a younger person,
Yeah.
because I'm similar to your mum and dad, why did you make this move? I think a lot of people would be interested in that.
So essentially what happened is I was still between my uni, between working as well, and my mum and dad go, we're going on a holiday to Portugal, we're not going to buy anywhere.
Yeah.
We're just looking, hypothetically, so don't think we're going to come home with a house or anything, don't panic. So they had the 2-week holiday, whatever it was that they had, and they came back and they went, so we've bought a farm. We've bought a farm. There's a house for you. I mean, it's not done. It's like 4 rooms and a hallway.
4 tiny rooms which we're going to make into a nice
It's
little...
going to be turned into a nice little place for
one
me.
bedroom.
And essentially it was just like, so you coming? Guess so.
So you're actually given the option.
Yeah.
There was always an option. You could have stayed in England and looked after yourself. I nearly said home then, it's no longer home.
Don't be ridiculous.
Even the dogs will get to that.
Yeah.
Even the dogs are like, no, England is not home, go away. Don't blame you.
So is there anything in particular that you like about being here as opposed to the UK, or are there things that you miss?
To be fair, for me it's been quite isolating because I'm quite an anxious person anyway, so I really struggle with social interactions and making friends. And now I'm in a country where I don't even really speak the language that well.
Okay.
So it has been quite and I do miss kind of being able to just hop on a bus, go to York with my friends, have a day out sort of thing. But it has also been really nice actually, just getting out here, surrounded by the animals, the nature, and it actually, as I've looked more into it, it looks like there is going to be some job opportunities round and about. So I'm getting more into face painting and festival makeup, so I can do events. But also, once again, like there was happening in England, where there's a shift in where filming's occurring for TV and film, that's happening in Portugal as well. So they are trying to shift away from Lisbon and more towards the cheaper areas to film.
Absolutely.
And of course, it's cheaper to ask a makeup artist from the area than it is to go, oh, well, you're from Lisbon, come to here.
Yeah, so you could just jump in the car and be
so
there.
It looks like in the long run it is going to be beneficial for my career as well. It's just kind of settling in, getting my name out there, because I did all my networking in England and now the networking in England doesn't really help much over here.
Yeah, cool. So is there anything that surprised you, like positively surprised you since you've been here?
Yeah, to be honest, actually, because I didn't. I mean, I've done like bits of gardening and worked at a garden centre and that before, but it wasn't like, ooh, I love gardening sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I do quite enjoy it now. It's not. That was a look of horror there, mother. I don't mind the little bits of gardening. Yeah, it's surprised me that I've enjoyed it, to be honest, and it's been so relaxing for me. So.
It definitely is, isn't it? I think when I lose a sense of time and I lose track of time when I go into the garden, so I might not particularly do an awful lot but a bit of weeding, a bit of watering, eating the strawberries and the peas as you go around is always a benefit. But then I do feel very grounded. I feel very calm once I'll say, I'm just going to go and, it'll be 10 minutes because our land isn't just outside like yours, but it's only 2-3 minutes walk away. But I don't know, I think even, it doesn't matter how old you are or what experience you've had before, I think nature definitely does ground people, whether you realise it or not at this point. But yeah, we always say to ourselves, just got to get out the house, got to get our blues and greens, and we're done for the day. So I hope you do stick with it, because yes, being grounded, there's nothing wrong with being grounded. Yeah. Since you've been here, is there anything that has become like your favourite thing about Portugal? Is it like a place that you visit? Is it a food? Is it an activity that you do? Is there something that you want to share with people?
I think it's how relaxed the Portuguese are and how friendly they are. They're helpful. I just find it a much more relaxed way of life.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel sort of real peaceful.
It is
It's
quite
the
addictive,
inner peace.
isn't it?
Yeah, they are. For me, it's like going back 50 years in the UK. How people used to be there. The Portuguese have still got that
Community.
that community spirit.
Yeah. Anything for you, Steve?
No, really, just the relaxed,
Yeah.
the relaxed lifestyle, and a bit of slower pace of life.
Yeah.
We at this moment in time, we don't seem to go as many places as what we hope to do.
Yeah.
Simply because we're trying to get the house together and what have you. So, it's more just the community around, really.
I think we need to start and make that effort, though. We did say that we was going to go out one day a week.
Yeah.
And we should do that.
At the moment,
We
it's a
need to make
shopping
that
day.
effort. Yeah, it just tends to be the shopping day, but I think,
Do you think
life's too short.
Yeah. Do you think it's a hard habit to break? Because we're of a similar age, we were always, okay, you get through your school, you get yourself a job, you work your 9 to 5, your 8 till 6, whatever it was, 5-6 days a week. And then on the day off, you do your food shop, your washing, your whatever. And then you come here and you haven't got that structure. So do you think you put your own structure in place to repeat that because it's what you're used to and it's what you know?
Yeah, probably.
And it's hard to say, hang on, I've done all the work and I'm worthy of now having a day off today and tomorrow and the next day.
I think the other thing for us is we're in a rush to get things more livable here. And I think that's kind of preventing us really from saying, okay, let's have a day out. But we need to make more effort.
Yeah, we always had a plan of getting the sheds out down what are blocking the view, as you'll probably see in the video a bit later. And I haven't got there yet, and I think until I get them out of the way and get the view what I've wanted, I think I'll just carry on.
Just keep plodding on. Yeah.
I'm a bit like that. I don't seem to be able to settle for very long, so.
Right. I just wonder, because it is something that we do as well. We sort of say, okay, we want to get our garden house built, or we want to renovate our little house in the village, which we haven't touched at all. But sometimes it takes something quite negative to then stop you in your place and go, actually, no, we'll just do it at our own pace.
Yeah.
We said we were going to do it at our own pace, but now we're putting timescales on ourselves. So I was recently, I had an infection and I went to the doctor and they were brilliant, but I didn't give myself enough time to get organised and sorted out. And then that came back and last week I ended up in hospital.
Oh.
So not major, not horrible, not, you know, it was a very positive experience in the end because they got me sorted out. But you just, I don't know, your body's trying to tell you something, your brain's trying to tell you something, but all of your history that you've brought with you is, let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. And so I think what we have come, and that's one of the other reasons that we're doing these Out and About PiPsCasts, to come and see people, because we literally have to take the day off, and then we come, we chat to, you know, people that we've met or we haven't met. So it's nice to come back and see us again, because we do consider you as friends, even though we live a little bit too far away to see each other more regularly.
Yeah.
So I don't know, that was another reason that we do these, so that we just go, okay, we're just going to go and chat with our friends and make that day out. So, and as we move into the summer, when it's getting really hot, we're just going to have to stop.
Yeah,
To,
definitely.
aren't we?
We
I
are
must say
as well.
That's one thing I do have a problem with, is doing Portuguese time.
Yeah.
I set off in the morning, I get up, have my breakfast as normal, then I start doing my jobs, and like dinner time, stop for my dinner, then I'll start doing a bit more again. And by the time you're doing a bit more again, it's
too hot.
too hot.
You're wanting to
But you
stick
do
to
it,
your 9 to 5 sort of thing, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're like 5 o'clock is end of work time, so if I'm not working between the 1 and the 5, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
That's how you're seeing it, isn't it?
Yeah.
I see, at least I worked some weird shifts at my previous job, so I had jobs where I'd start at like 12 but I wouldn't finish until 9.
Yeah.
So it's not as bad, but I think that's also not helped me because I like a lion. So I can sleep for quite a while and then wake up and it's too hot to do anything, and then by the time it's cooled down it's like, oh no, it's too late.
I feel like it doing anything
It's
now.
too late.
Yeah. Did you know that all of these PiPsCasts are available as podcasts from wherever you get your podcast from? And if you'd like to join us on YouTube, we're now going off for a 2-minute tour of the property. Debbie's going to kindly give us a quick tour around her home. So, over to you.
Okay, so this is our living room. We've done quite a bit to it just to tidy it up. It's not finished yet, but yeah, it's livable for now. We've put the log burner in.
You've got a good bit of space.
It's quite a good size, yeah, it's not
Yeah.
bad.
Nice.
Through there we've got storage. It's 2 rooms that we knocked into one that will eventually become our bedroom.
That's lovely.
And then into the kitchen.
Yep.
Got Max chilling on the kitchen floor, bless him. So yeah, these are just temporary units and a worktop.
I think you showed them on your channel, didn't you, when
Yes,
you got
I
your
did.
kitchen in? I
Yeah.
remember you building them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the cooker's yet to be installed, but yeah.
She's got 2 cookers, not enough just to have one.
But that one's for Ellie-Rose's house. Yeah,
And
so
a good sized kitchen as well.
yeah,
So
not bad
lovely.
size.
Lovely sized kitchen, yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's about the size of our house.
Well, it's about the size of half of our house. Yeah, one side, definitely.
Yeah. It's nice. It's lovely.
So you've got,
It might be one day.
yeah, you're using this area as storage at the moment.
Yeah.
Do you intend to have like some dining area
Yeah,
here?
there's going to be a dining area here where
Nice.
Steve stood.
Yeah, because you've still got the big old,
Yeah, I like
Chimney and
I like
everything,
to
that's
keep the
lovely.
old Portuguese fireplace.
yeah.
We're going to get the roofs done in the next sort of 6 weeks. I think they're coming to start that, put all new roofs on, and then all the Christmas decorations and things you can see there will go up into the loft then, out of the way.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Nice space. And then you've got a lot of outdoor space, haven't you?
We've got quite a bit. I think there's about 6,000 square metres plus the piece up the top. We've got 3 licences on the land. We've got the Rustica, which is the actual land itself with the fruit trees and everything on. Then what else is there, Steve? This has got habitation,
So this will be an urban article.
and that's urban next door. I think.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got some seeds on the go there.
Oh yeah.
Onions.
They're onions. I don't know if they're going to survive. They need to go in pretty quick.
Yeah.
We've got rosemary and thyme,
Carrots.
carrots.
Beans.
No, they're melon seeds.
Oh, yes, you
melon.
were telling me
yeah,
about
the
melons.
farmer next door gave me a melon last year,
Yeah.
and I kept the seeds. So yeah.
And
Chives, basil. They're not doing very well. The chives.
Have you grown them from seed?
Yes.
Wow. I cheated and I just bought some in the pot from
Yeah.
Auchan.
Good idea.
And
I
you
think I'm
just
going to
pull
do
them
that.
apart and
Yeah.
they're already going.
And that's a nut tree that the farmer gave us, but I don't know if it's going to survive.
Very nice.
We shall see.
Nice basil. So these are all of the roofs that you're going to get?
Yeah, all the way across. They're going to be
Yeah.
all brought up to one height and then re-roofed.
So they're all going to come up to this height
Yeah.
as well? Wow, that'll make a big difference in your cottage, won't it? Yeah.
Wow.
So these beds are the ones that Steve's made, isn't
Yeah,
it?
Steve's built these, yeah.
Yeah, because I saw him sort of repurposing all of the
That's right, yeah.
the metal.
I can remember
That was all off
So-
the old roofs. 'Cause there was a lot more roof on that barn there. And at the back, so we've used some of that.
Yeah. And when we first got here, we were just sort of saying how wonderful Debi strawberries are. You can just sort of see them hiding in there. And as yet, like ours, the birds haven't found them.
No.
Which is brilliant. So
I don't think Portuguese birds like strawberries.
I just don't think they know what they are.
Yeah, I think it's just the English birds that eat all your strawberries
Possibly.
in England.
Yeah.
These look beautiful colours, aren't they?
Yeah, lettuce and
Yeah, they're lovely.
melons in that bed.
Perfect.
They're probably, well, we know they're too close together, but I thought I'd put those in and then we'll
See
pick
what
out the
survives.
stronger ones. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's always my thing.
See what survives.
Put them all in, see what survives.
Yeah.
So you've got lovely lettuces. Are you actually eating them? Or?
Yes. I've been picking the leaves off and they're growing back again.
Good.
We've got some peppers in, which are not doing very well. We've got radish in. Got some cucumbers and lots more lettuce. They're getting quite overgrown of those lettuce. I think start feeding them to the animals now because we've loads. So we gave them a home. We weren't really ready for goats until next year. So we've still got things to build for them to play on, but they seem happy enough for now.
They do. They do.
So that's Annie and that's Mabel, the little one. She's about 3 months old and Annie's about 14 months.
Beautiful.
The dwarf pygmy goats.
Dwarf pygmies.
Well,
So they-
dwarfs or pygmies,
Oh, okay.
what
I was going
people
to
call them
say.
different
Yeah,
things.
I'm with you. Right.
I mean, as I say, we gave them a home, so we don't know the specific breed.
Okay. Yeah.
I think Annie might be something like 3/4 pygmy or something.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
I found a nice little shade spot just under there.
yeah, she likes it under there.
Absolutely beautiful. Lovely. And there's your chicken
And then
run.
we've got the chickens, yeah, in here. We've just got 3 chickens at the moment, but they're laying nearly every day. Most days they're laying, so we've plenty of eggs.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you found it really interesting. It was lovely for us to come back and see Debi, Steve and Ellie-Rose, and I hope you found it interesting what they had to say about their journey coming to Portugal and their reasons for doing that. And we're going to go off and have some lunch now, so thank you for spending time with us. We'll leave you with the closing shot of their lovely view, and we will see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.